Well, good morning. Just going to go for a little ride to test out the new Insta360 Air microphone that's connected to my Insta360 Ace Pro 2 camera by Bluetooth. So it's clipped inside the helmet, and I'm using a chin mount for the camera. Now, I could simultaneously connect Insta360 X5 on the dashboard area, or I could put another camera on there. But for today, you're just going to try it out with a single camera, looking forward, and then just enjoy the countryside as we go. Okay, let's go. Here we are. Got the Google Maps running, so we can see where to go. Lovely day. Blue sky, a few clouds, hot and sunny. Alright, let's see what route the Google Maps takes us. It's always a challenge to pull out on this busy main road, but not too bad. Let's go. So look over to the right, you can see the mountains, a little bit of cloud over the top there. I've just taken the wind sock off of the mic because it was tickling my chin. So we'll see how noisy it is without it. So at the moment I've just got the mic clipped onto the straps for the chin mount on the inside of the helmet. So put the visor down to keep some of the wind noise down. The one disadvantage of this chin mount is it's strapped on, and the straps go through where the visor seats, so you never get a full seal. So eventually I will change either the chin mount or the helmet altogether. Also, the little flap that normally keeps the wind out around your chin is compressed by the straps to the chin mount. So that was where I was actually going to clip the mic onto, but I couldn't do that, so I've clipped it onto the straps. So it's actually very close to my mouth, so hopefully this isn't too loud and distorted. I won't find out until I download the footage and put it on the computer. So there's one of the big hardware stores. There's another one there that's changed its name recently to Metro Fix. It was High Tops before that. And to the right we got the Baptist Hospital. A lot of bikes outside, a lot of bikes over to the left, but that's all the students for HMVS, the high school. On the right here there's a coffee shop that's never open when I want it, and every time it is open there's no one in there because it doesn't open early in the morning when you think people want to go and get a coffee. So I don't know what their logic is by not opening. So up here there's a load of roadworks going on. They're laying a big drain pipe. So they've blocked the road off there. That's the end of Zamora Street. It's been opened temporarily, and you could ride over the little rough bit of soil, but they've now closed it again, so I guess they're going to resurface the road there. Let's reopen my visor, get a bit of fresh air in. Right, so we're going to turn right, the light's just up here. I don't know what that machine is. Right, let's just turn right here. So like the US, you can turn right on a red, but I bet this little chariot's going to get in my way and stop me from doing it. I won't bother going around him. So there's a couple of mini motorcycle dealers over there on the left. Two new ones have just opened up in town. I mean, bear in mind that the majority of the population have motorbikes. Oh, it's a friend of mine over there, Jose. Jose!
Hello.
¿Cómo está?
Where are you going?
I'm just going for a ride up to the dam, just to cool down. I was getting a bit hot. And yeah. So he runs a little sari store up by the terminal that's a bit of a bar, so a lot of my friends go there for a drink on the Wednesday, and today is Wednesday, so maybe I'll go over there later for a drink, we'll see. So sometimes it's easier to go up this little back road to avoid the traffic lights on the highway. There's 3 sets of lights now. Didn't used to be, but that's progress. Trouble is, it's coming up the highway, it's red for a very long time, like 70 seconds, which is an eternity when you're sitting there waiting. And when it goes to green, you've only got something like 20 seconds, which seems very odd. But hey ho. So just up here, there's a restaurant on the right that I want to check out one day soon. I've ridden past it hundreds of times, but never been in there. And it's been promoted on Facebook recently. This is it here, Lexi's. That's quite nice. So I might go there and check it out later for lunch. Oh, there's a little crossroads here. So the sort of rule is usually he who gets here first gets priority. I'll split round these 2 racals, as they call them. So up here we're going to take a turn to the right and head out into the countryside. There's a couple of reasonably nice houses up this road. Sort of runs parallel with the highway. Right, so we're going to take a right here that takes you up towards Liberty and Concepcion. So look, I'm clear. Now they've been doing a lot of roadworks up here, so big chunks of this road have been unmade, or they've been concreted on one side and the other side is just a dirt track, and whoever gets there first gets priority again. Now this bit's alright though. Haven't got to the bit yet where the roadworks start. Little filling station there, so it's 98 pesos to litre for petrol at the moment. Yeah, we're having a bit of a crisis because of the war in Iran. Right, here we are entering Barangay Liberty. Alright, here's the first bit of dodgy road. You can see they've concreted it on the left, but everyone's got to use this bit on the right. And there's lots of sections like this. Some bits are rougher than others. Right, see, here's another bit. Everyone's using the right hand side because the left side's not ready to be used. There's a big house up here on the right, a big blue house, but I'm sure it used to be owned by an Englishman because it had a St George Cross flag on it. I haven't seen the flag for a long time. House is still there, so I don't know if there's an Englishman still owns it or not. It's definitely not one of the English guys I know locally. But Liberty always seems to be quite a nice little barangay. Yeah, sort of mixture of half decent houses and shacks. Right, there's another bit of road work here. Everyone's going to use the left this time. So this is obviously the new bit of road they've done, and the other side's been excavated to be resurfaced. So that little filling station now can't trade because there's no access to it. Yeah, it's a framework for another house. Gone up there. Looks like it's been abandoned. So this bit here, I think you can just about use both sides of the road. These trucks decide to use both parts, both the new bit and the rough old bit. Oh, it's a bit bumpy. I could just sneak past him. I don't know. Let's have a look. So I'll take a chance, try and go up the rough bit. So they've sort of broken it up, ready to resurface it. Left side is new, so they'll excavate all of that and then lay new concrete like they have done here. Big water tower there on the right. So get back on the right side of the road. How far can you go? Alright. It's a little rough bit there. So I would have thought that most of this repair work would have been done by now. But they only do small sections at a time. So this bit's been excavated. They've got the shuttering in place, ready to concrete it. Okay, this bit's all complete. Now look at these. Well, this nice new house here. Look at that. Some people have definitely got money. It's a bit vain though, isn't it, having a house that big. That one over there looks quite nice. Alright, let's just go around this bike. So yeah, you can get back on the right bit for a while, but then you have to cut back on the left just to get a bit of usable road. I think I can still use this bit here. It's not too bad. It's been broken up. They come up here with a excavator with a hydraulic jackhammer on it and just chip away at it. Right, back on the left on the new bit. Oh, it's like a fairly modern looking new house at the back there. Don't know what I'd go for. Do I want to go for a completely modern looking house or something a little bit more traditional? Don't know. I think our house, you could call it basic modern. It's not too grand. Here's a little fresh bit of concrete there that's been laid. The fuel there, 95.3. That's slightly cheaper than elsewhere. A lot of other places are charging 98, so that's not too bad. But bear in mind it was around about 56 only a couple of weeks ago. It's leapt up exponentially. It was going up daily. It seems to have plateaued off a bit now. It's been sort of just under 100 for a few days, and I do wonder how the poor people are managing with that, because it's nearly doubled in price. I mean, some filling stations have had to close. They couldn't get stock. And I guess a lot of people are cutting down on their travelling. I mean, this is quite frivolous when you're just going out for a ride just for fun, but those who've got to travel to work or travel to school, they've obviously still got to use their vehicles. So maybe there'll be more people sharing rides. Might see more people riding for 4 or 5 up on motorbikes just to cut down on the fuel usage. But you know, when will it end? You know, there's a lot of oil in the world. That's because oil's not coming out of Iran. Why should it affect unaffected countries like this? You know, it's crazy. The other thing is, of course, prices will go up in all the shops. Food prices will increase. Everything, you know, all ingredients, basic materials, building materials will all go up. I mean, we've been getting quotes to have a new fitted kitchen done, and already the supplier we've been talking to mainly have said, oh, we might have to put up our prices because of transport costs increasing. So I don't know what it's going to cost when we eventually get round to committing to having the kitchen done. see where they've been harvesting the rice over there on the left. So looks like they just burn off the straw or hay, whatever you call it. I know in the UK, straw and hay is harvested as a commodity for feeding livestock, creating silage, feed animals through the winter. But there's not a lot of livestock here. Small scale pig farming, you know, a few carabao, which are mainly just used for you know, pulling ploughs and things, not so much for meat or dairy. So yeah, they just burn it, they can't use it. I'm sure if some entrepreneur came out here with the right machinery and turned it into, I don't know, fuel briquettes or something for open fires, they would make a killing. There's one of the grander houses in the area. That's really impressive. I've no idea who owns it. It must be a foreigner, I would have thought. You know, it's just amazing. There's another house out near Bateau that's very, very impressive, like a mansion, and then there's this one here. I don't know if they've got a swimming pool or not, but I mean, it's just stunning. It just goes on and on and on. Look at that, they got some sort of, well, it looks like it's supposed to be a pool down there, but it's got no water in it. Raised beds for growing plants. I'd like to just go and knock on the door and ask them who they are and how come they got some money. So over there, the mountains are looking impressive today. Now the cloud has lifted. You know, it is a stunning landscape. You know, you got the fields, the rice fields, coconut trees everywhere. Then you've got those great big mountains rising up on the horizon. You know, it's amazing. Right, so we're sort of clear of Liberty. We'll do a left just up here. No more roadworks by the looks of things. Here's a little provincial school. And there's talk in the media of government departments only working 4-day weeks and working from home to cut down, you know, power usage and so forth, and maybe they'll start restricting school opening hours. Right, we've got to go left here. Oh, it's a foreigner. Yeah, thank you. Guys letting me pull out, which is nice. These little food stalls like that one back there outside school, so when all the kids come out at lunchtime they can get some cheap snacks. What's going on in there? Looks like they're going to be doing some building. Right, we're not far from the dam now. Along here to the right. I've been here for a while. Could be a nice place to come and cool down on a hot day. Some pretty simple houses out here. Alright, so the road has become a bit rough. It's a nice flat coconut grove there on the left. Little tiny church. Yeah, you do need to have a bike that's got sort of off-road capabilities, because some of these roads are pretty rough. There's plenty of roads a lot rougher than this. So some sort of, you know, ADV adventure bike is what you need. Right, should be able to turn right here. Let's follow this little rough path. That's nice bits of land here. Nice place to have a house. I've not ridden up here before. We did come here to the dam as a family in a van once. Yeah, this is very nice. Obviously, if you were to live near the river, it's always risky. I guess this bit must be quite safe. It's quite high up. There we go. Let's ride up to the edge here and have a little look. And there it is. The longest dam. So I know what it looks like when it's raining hard and all the rainwater's flooding down from the mountains. Obviously the water's very shallow above the dam still. You know, it's not like it's holding back millions of gallons of water, but I don't know, does part of it lift up? I don't know, so you've got these valves there. I don't know what that's all about. Does that? Yeah. Let's get off the bike and go and have a little look. Oh, that's just like a little bypass sluice. So yeah, a couple of gates down there that obviously lift up and down. So when we came here last time, you could sit on those steps there with the water cascading over you, cooling you down. I don't remember that bit over there. That may be new. Don't know what the purpose of that is. The other fun thing we did was just over there. There's like a little muddy stream. So it ran around from the edge of where that like waterfall is. So let's say it ran through there, and it was like a slippery slide. So that was quite fun. Now, I've always wanted to travel up the river from the mouth, from the estuary, by hovercraft, and this may or may not be the first big obstacle that will stop you getting any further up the river, because this river really lends itself to hovercraft, because it's, you know, shallow in places. You've got small rapids, these sort of shingle banks everywhere, but you know, these dams and things stop you getting any further. The alternative is to go upstream with kayaks and kayak down, and then if you can pull it out somewhere up there and then walk around, you could conceivably walk down the steps with your kayak, chuck it back in over there and continue your journey. So don't know how practical that is, but let's go up here and have a look at this side. See, there's another sluice here. What's that for? Where does that go? Big hole there down to the sluice gates. Right, yeah. So look at that. I mean, that will be absolutely fantastic on hovercraft. Really would. I don't know where you could launch and get in upstream, because they don't really have any facilities for boat launching, or you know, they don't think about that sort of thing, having access to the river. I think they're more interested in staying away from it and staying safe when it floods, because a lot of houses you build too close to the edge of the river get swept away when there's a typhoon, or if there's been a lot of rain for a week or something, and this becomes a raging torrent. I'll have to come back here one day during the storm and just see what it's like. I know back home in England, Allington Lock near Maidstone, you know, I've been there when it's been raining hard, and you know, they lift the sluice gates up and let more water come through, and below the lock it's just absolute raging torrent. You know, you wouldn't want to bring a boat up there at all. It's just like a washing machine. But yeah, sluice gate 1 and sluice gate 2. Interesting. Now you can go at the top. If you go at the top, let's have a little look from up here. In the UK, this would all be barricaded off. See, it's got a gate and it's got a padlock, but it's all open. There we go. There's all the mechanism for those sluice gates. See a little bit further. But yeah, this reminds me of the Loire in France, and we've been hovercrafting there a couple of times, and it's just like that. Shallow parts of the river, and you've got little side rivulets, and then you've got these sandbanks, and it's absolutely amazing for hovercrafting. I don't know, one day, maybe. But yeah, it's all very calm and gentle today. Haven't had much rain. There's a little tiny shower yesterday morning, I think it was. But yeah, I'm intrigued by that bit over there. That's almost like a swimming pool. Don't know how deep it is. And what's the point of it? It's like a lagoon pool. Maybe they did build it so people can come down here and bathe in there. Yeah, not sure how deep that bit there is. That might be quite deep. Yeah, I don't think we went into that bit last time. We didn't try swimming in it. Let's have a little look somewhere else. Oh, look out, bit of rebar down there, trip hazard. Bit of work going on there, I think. Looks like they're repairing the river wall over there. Can't wander off too far because my phone is still on the bike. So I shall wander back now. Oh, it's a lovely day. I wouldn't mind jumping in there for a swim. I should have brought my swimming gear. So, get a little picture on my phone. I've not been here for a while, so let's take that little picture. Obviously I know I'm recording video of it, but hey ho. Good. Alright, where should we ride to now? What's the time? Let's have a see. Let's have a little look. What's the time? 11 o'clock. Right. See, my phone keeps overheating and then it goes really dim, which is annoying if you're trying to read a navigation app. So let's have a look. Where should we go? Let's just ride back down to Campina, I think. That'll be easier. Let's go to there. Right, I don't know if I'll be able to see the map though, because it's all got very dim. So I want to get some sort of proper motorcycle navigation device to stop this from happening. I think it'll stay bright and readable all the time. Let's have a little ride over there to have a little look at what's going on. don't know, some people making blocks or something. What's up here? I think it's a hollow block factory, so to speak. So there's a cow over there. I think a few people keep cows. I don't know if they use them for milk or if they just fatten them up, kill them and eat the meat eventually. Don't know. One of those mysteries, because beef is quite rare here. You know, you can buy it in the supermarkets. It's generally not the best. You can't go in the butchers or meat shop, as they call them, and get like a nice steak unless you're in the city. But in the provinces you'll get a bit of, I don't know, like chuck meat or whatever you can put into a soup. You can get minced beef or ground beef, they call it. It's not the best, it's usually very fatty. So if I buy it, I have to sort of, you know, sort of fry it down and get all the fat out of it, pour that away before I'll make something out of it. Because I don't like fatty meat. I don't like fat anyway. I just generally cut it off, whatever I'm eating, be pork or chicken or beef. I just don't like it. Oh yeah, back this way, down the rough road. Oh, I can just about read the map. It's good. Yeah, it would be a real treat actually to go in the city and have a nice steak. But steaks are always a bit hit and miss, aren't they? It's just total potluck, I think, when you get a good one. If you go to a top end restaurant and pay top dollar for one. We did go to a Japanese restaurant when we was in Vietnam, and they had this sort of eye-watering menu of different meats with different steaks, and had wagyus, and some of it was very, very expensive. I don't get it, all that wagyu steak stuff, it's just marbled with like loads of fat, and like I said, I don't really like fat, so I'd rather have a really lean steak, not a fatty one. But yeah, I quite fancy a steak actually. I think we might have to take a day trip to Cebu City or somewhere, get a good steak. Some of my friends were chatting on one of our groups yesterday about, I think in Ormoc City, a little bit further north, there's a place where you can get a good steak. So maybe just go there, that's a bit nearer. I've never actually ridden the bike to Ormoc. See those rocks there, what are they doing? Are they building another building? Yeah, I've only ever ridden up to Tacloban and Bye-Bye, which is, well, Tacloban's further, but Bye-Bye is nearer. Yeah, so I might ride to Ormoc one day, just for the hell of it. Right. So, there's maybe people sitting around lot wearing hoodies. It's 34 degrees at the moment, as you can see on my dashboard, and they're sitting there wearing hoodies. I mean, you know, I'll wear one on the bike just for a certain level of accident protection, and sometimes when you're riding and the sun goes down it gets a bit cool of an evening. But yeah, but during the day at 34 degrees, I mean, God almighty, it's just uncomfortable. Right, there's one of those pickup trucks that have become more and more common around here. Personally, I don't get pickup trucks unless you're a farmer or in construction. You've got to carry around big planks of wood and cement mixers and stuff, but seems to be a bit more of a status symbol. Those people are buying them, so I just don't get it. Alright, some more roadworks up here by the big house. Oh, these bikes can move over. There's enough room for 2 bikes to pass through. I bet they have got a swimming pool at the top of there somewhere. Oh. Part of me's jealous and part of me thinks it's just a bit over the top. See, look at them, they're all wrapped up, all jumpers on. They've all got masks on and hats and towels over their faces because the locals don't like to be exposed to the sun, because if it makes you go too brown, it's not attractive. So the Philippines has got one of these strange beauty standards that, like, if you're rich and better class, shall we say, then you have pale skin. So all the celebrities, all the actors, actresses and TV personalities are all very pale skin, and if you've got dark skin it means like you're a peasant, you work out in the fields and you get a deep suntan. But yeah, some people are, you know, naturally got a nice tan, but they do tan easily, so if they did work out in the fields uncovered, they would definitely get a lot darker. I don't know, in the UK, you know, having a nice suntan is an attractive thing, but, you know, there's a bit of racism against people who've naturally got that skin colour, which is a bit weird. Alright, back into Liberty again. There we go, a bit of road missing. Oh, you can wait. No, you're not. It's a reasonably nice house. Right, let's use this new bit of concrete. So we're going to turn left just down here. This must be it here. I think we can still get through. Yeah, we can, that's okay. Just got to get over this little rough bit of road. King Leon Integrated Farm. Wonder what they grow in there. Learning site for agriculture. So it's like a agricultural college. There we go. Where people learn to become farmers, I guess. Yes, a bit of a rough old road. Let's carry straight on down here. What's that? Nice little water tower for some reason. Right, down here. This side of the road is redone, the other side isn't. Alright, going into Barangay Tejero. Very Spanish. It's quite a nice road, this. Just meandering through the rice fields. See the white birds over there, the egrets. They just hang around on the edge of rice fields. I don't know what it is they're looking for. Don't know, frogs, crabs. You can get fish, aren't you? So that's quite a funky house there. Very high, pointy roofs. So there's one thing you get in the Philippines is people drying rice on the road itself. Anyway, back to that pointy house. That's very bizarre, isn't it? It's almost like Adam's family house. You do see some creative ideas on some buildings. And the architects often have some quite wild ideas as well. I mean, it's good though, because you know you have someone design a house for you. That's quite nice. Nice when it's finished and painted. You know, UK houses are all fairly boring. 4 walls, some windows and doors and a roof, and very little in the way of architectural features. But out here they like to put on, you know, tiles on the outside and roof terraces, and some have like an extra story, just a covered area, just like a roof terrace. One reason is they can dry their clothes up there under the roof, so it's out the glare of the sun, which can fade your clothes, and you obviously get a little bit more wind up at height, and I guess they can sit up there and have a drink, watch the world go by. It's pretty nice in the evening watching the sun go down. I don't know, I'm a bit reticent to have anything that high because the roof's just going to get ripped off in a typhoon unless it's very, very well built. See, like one whole half of the road is unusable. It's quite funny down the national highway because they've been widening it, and there are stretches here and there where they've added an extra lane, and people have just covered it in mats and dry rice on it, so that new lane is completely unusable. A bit of a ramp to get up here, look, see, that's why you need something a little bit adventure bikey. Old lady with the old traditional hat, very common in Vietnam. A bit less common here, but a lot of people who've been harvesting the rice fields have been wearing them. That's the other thing that gets dried in the sun. Copra. Coconut husks. They can be turned into charcoal. There's lots of interesting products that I've seen that can be made from copra. Fibre boards, cloths, but there's not a lot of industry set up to do it. It's like a big carabao there, look at that. It's a beast, isn't it? They just like to lay in the mud in the edge of the rice fields. Yeah, copra, so there's a lot of products that can be made from it, but I don't know if it's worth investing in that sort of thing, setting up a factory to make something. I mean, definitely the charcoal, people use the charcoal for cooking in outdoor kitchens. A lot of people have an outdoor kitchen, so yeah, that's worth it, getting the ovens and machines. You can get machines that form it into briquettes. Yes, a quaint little rural barangay to Hero. Yeah, don't bring a big lorry down here or else you won't get through because of the rice. So it gets dried out and then it'll get thrashed in the machine somewhere and then processed in a rice mill. It's beautiful, really beautiful. right up a bit of a hill. I don't know if the incline comes over on video or not, but there's a few roads that we've checked out that go up in the mountain and down the other side. There's loads of zigzags. Got this narrow gap to get through here. Look at these. Yeah, so they can be a bit of a challenge. You're going up loads of zigzag roads, loads of hairpin bends, steep going up and steep coming down. Make sure your brakes are good. This bit's steep. Whee! Yeah, this comes out down in Campina by the elementary school. Lovely little scenic route. That's all been harvested. So it's quite a nice house up there, all painted green. I do like the bright colours, bright green, yellow. Get back, dog. Some of the main hazards you get on Philippine roads is like, what do you call them? Like feral dogs just wandering out in the road. Give them a little toot on the horn and they normally back off. Alright, so I guess we go right here. Doesn't really matter, don't know if we get lost. Just wander around and find our way back eventually. Yeah, we're on the right road anyway. So you've got a bit of a hill here, it goes up on the left. And that goes up to the Weiss family land in due course. Got a lot of land in this area. Yeah, some big bamboos on some of that land. Some nice flowers there. Yeah, we need to get some nice plants, nice colourful flowering plants outside the house. Eventually, just to try and brighten the garden up. Here's a bit of a challenge. Really rough, broken road. That's not too bad. It's not very long. It's just right on the left side of the road for a bit. I think this is all earthquake damage. I've forgotten about this actually. You've got to be careful you don't run into one of those big potholes in the dark. Landslide area. This is all family land. Over there. That's my sister-in-law's house there and shop. My other sister-in-law's house just over there. They own all that rice field opposite as well. So this is Campina. Quite a little place. Guess all these people must work in the fields. Cut little nasty speed bumps. follow this road and it comes out on the national highway eventually. Alright, it's on these little lock-up petrol stations here, 96.49. I mean, it's not too expensive, but you can get it about 3 pesos cheaper if you shop around. Those loads of harvested fields. Nice stretch of road, this, put the visor down, trying to keep some of the wind out. Rice fields to the left and rice fields to the right. So along this town is that way. And the highway, national highway runs over there. There's a big gym over there, and well, a couple of months ago they had a fiesta here, and they had a big disco in that gym over there, and they had spotlights scanning the sky, and you could see it a long way away. I wonder what earth was going on. And we rode down this road and it was like boom, 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 full on disco going on there. So all these little barangays, they have their own little barangay fiesta, certain dates of the year. Not just one, more than one. No, then there'll be a Christmas one, maybe an Easter one, an excuse to have a fiesta. So, you know, people might not have a lot of money, but when they have a fiesta, they really do go at it big time. There's people over there that harvesting. They take a little machine out that separates the rice from the stems, the straw. They bag it all up in the field, then they carry it to the edge of the road to be collected by a truck. And as I said earlier, they generally just sort of burn the straw in situ. Yeah, a bit of a waste. At some point, if you look across the rice fields to the left, you can see our house. Because our house overlooks rice fields, and this is the other side of the rice field, so you can look back at the house. Yeah, loads of very primitive little houses down there. Not many big grand houses down there, but that's one of the better ones. Just up here on the right, so it's got a fancy gate. There we go, there. See, it's got a carport. That's got an upstairs terrace. Very nice. Yeah, I like the fact that our house is just a single story. Keep the roof down low, it's not going to blow off in a typhoon. So, believe it or not, this to the right is an airport. Hang on, let's go through this big pothole. There we go. There's the runway, you can see the windsock up there. There's a plane over there, I think. You do see a few planes flying over, but apparently there's a flying school in Cebu, and they just fly across the water to here. They just do a touchdown on the runway, turn around, take off, and go back to Cebu. So it's not like there's any traffic in and out. Coming up to the National Highway now. Big old Mormon church over there. Very rarely see anybody there, but it's absolutely immaculate. Yes, they take money off of their parishioners or whatever they call them. Right, here's the highway. This junction can be a bit treacherous. It's very busy along here, and people try and cut the corner and do all sorts of weird manoeuvres. See Iglesia de Cristo over there, another one of these churches that have got too much money. They're always immaculate. Do see a few more people at that one though. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah, I mean people are usually fairly polite at junctions and will let you out. That's a nice thing. That's got a really nice lawn. Very nice grass. So, National Highway, back to our house. Rice fields both sides. So take him. They're building something here, I don't quite know what it is. I was told, but I've forgotten. I don't know, some sort of facility, I don't know. That's the Emirates petrol station, that's normally the cheapest, but look, that's $99.45, so that's more expensive than the little one in Campina. Then we got this fruit stall just down here. Oh, I've gone past it, never mind. And that's San Roque Chapel, and then that's the sign that we're nearly home. So this is it, start indicating here. This is it, this is home. There's the dog having a little sleep in the shade. Yeah. Haven't really got any shade here, so we're going to build a carport in due course. Bike port, should we call it. Yeah, so that's it. Nice little ride around up to the dam and back. Hope you enjoyed it.